M80 have started things off with a decent win on Abyss, now taking it to an even larger and more open space on Breeze with a debut composition that mirrors that of Winthrop University. I mean, Marks, I think all of us are excited about the exact same thing on the exact opposite sides. These double duelist cores that have shown themselves on other maps, but will no doubt be the most exciting here on such an open space.
Listen, y'all coming into here, beating up on the little kid, Winthrop University. Oh, they have these subs. Oh, I don't know how they're gonna make this work, but they are a squad once again. I'm still a firm believer in Winthrop University, especially seeing how they did things last time. And look at that, a good trade. Yeah, they're gonna walk away with 2 kills. I feel better about my prediction right now.
Yeah, I'm wondering how, you know, as Recoil was one of the players that has been so consistently able to tether himself to another member of WU, which is something that with the new installations, they've sort of been struggling with otherwise. Seeing how consistently he does that with the potential for either him or Sim to play so individualistically. Nice Nova Pulse by Fair. Good couple seconds wasted. That'll let strong tall guy get back in time, but M80 can still kind of blister through. Now use 2 for the clear. STG steps out of the smoke. Immediately falls. Out. Personnel advantage reversed. As is the presence on the site. Bonnie's still holding on to orange here as WU creeps up from spawn in the pyramid. Still one on top of this spike. GMD has been holding on for dear life and has the most of the health pool, so he's going to make the most of it by peeking in tandem with the remainder of the team on these last individuals. And it's all down to moves. Who is still enough? We must still remind you. Can he do it here? A pistol for WU would be monumental. First tap on the spike. Already lacking time, has to take these 2, and M80 know how to spread it thin. GMD comes away with 3, and M80 another pistol.
Yeah, a good first aggression that we got to see from Winthrop University there on that pistols, willing to take the fight, willing to play off of one another, right? Like, once again, we know individually all of these players are really good, and it's so funny because a similar story to the M80 roster, right? Getting them to work together is that part that really needs to be worked on. And that time around M80, they just go for that 3-man push through the Viper smoke, the Viper's wall, to make sure that they can identify and kill any member who might be hanging out on the site. And then, yeah, it's just the split up that we saw from Winthrop University, a little bit of miscoordination on timing and different angles being watched. That kind of leads to their downfall. So a good pistol round for M80.
Well, have another great Nova Pulse here from Fair that'll prevent M80 from getting an early feast. But that's just the 1. The 4 is already over on B site after a quick TP over from Pain, who took the majority of that damage in the first engagement. Already just optimizing.
Oh.
And yeah, you've got everything held down here. WU might just try and play for bomb.
All 4 of them now stacked up together. Gonna be looking to potentially maybe punish one of these weapons. Bonnie right now is just ready to farm ultimate orbs as they kind of go in and try and run that one down, but Bonnie walking away with an ace. And yeah, that's just one member of Winthrop University after another walking right into that jet.
Good stuff. Bonnie just playing some I Spy. Walking in, trying to challenge. I mean, it's the one thing you can do there, because otherwise you do want to die to bomb to prevent any other chances for people to get orbs there. But Bonnie is already so deep down, you have to clear him in order for your team to allow yourself to do that. So instead, you just hand all the orbs to Bonnie. Now he's 1 away from the Blade Storm, and M80 hold on to all of those guns for this bonus.
Yeah, Alvin looking a little bit different on the server right now. 2 rounds already. Bonnie close to getting the ultimate. Just like Bonnie on that last one, but yeah, now Sim ready to challenge that, and just a good up down from M80.
Wow, yeah, more than content with that. Recoil dry swings into the 2 after Sim confirms and dies to it? Question mark?
Bit of an interesting play there, but M80, they walk away with more members alive. They won't be able to get the rifles there as it's a little bit too far forwards, and they understand that someone might be watching, that being strong tall guy. Right now, though, Fair going to be the solo anchor onto this A site, and with the drone coming through, that confirms more or less where they're pushing.
Yeah, Fair alone here. Nice spray down on the opening flash from Paint, so no space really gained here. M80's just got to fully send it through, and Bonnie has an ultimate to do that. Fair can still swing onto that before M80 deals with the threat. So it'll get 2v2 for the retake, and STG is already here with that Owl drone to prevent a clean getaway from Derek. Has to shoot that down to make sure that GMD doesn't get found out. Recon Bull will not do the same. Door on top, and GMD Derek have the swing locked to a T. It's another 3-0 opening from M80 here, Marks. We're just seeing more of the same.
And that time around, like you could see, thanks to all the information that Winthrop University were able to gain off of that recon bolt, they just had no idea where GMT was going to be set up. And that just allowed for an opportunity for GMT to go for that swing. And then once again, you just see those little micro plays, those little moments between the members of M80. It works out perfectly, swinging together, playing off of one another, making sure to isolate and kill their opponents. M80, make it look clean. 3 rounds in a row now. A lot of utility will force recoil backwards. That at least guarantees a bit of space in between those doors.
I appreciate Recoil and Sim continuing to go for these early chokes. I think just trying to manifest as many fights as possible is the way to go. And Sim's buddied up, Sim's implanted, Owl Drone will counteract that, WU make the space again. You've wasted a decent amount of time already, and M80 are starting to run out of options, but even so, WU have the lesser hold on the site that'll get aggressed.
Oh, good initiation, and of course, we talked about Pain as well. Being somebody who has played previously on Shopify Rebellion Black, was responsible for that duelist, kind of just would send it down all the time. More than comfortable leading the way for the team as Bonnie finds one again.
You gotta duke this out at this stage. You're too far in not to. I need to have some decent intel by this point. You just don't have the space. Yeah, Bonnie's just gonna farm up Blades 2. Electric Boogaloo. Nice swinging from Paint. I love seeing him feel himself with this Yoru. Just, yeah, knowing that his primary role is still to just flash as much of the team in as possible at once, as often as possible. And doing it with flying colors.
It still just looks really comfortable for M80 round after round. And once again, it's just the timings that we see some of these players swing off of. That time around, Bonnie relying on Paint being the Yoru to be that little distraction, as you kind of want your duelist to be in some opportunities, and is able to find those kills at the Outlaw. So Bonnie has been running away with kills this map. And that's really all M80 could ask for, because it's getting so much better for them as these rounds continue here. It's going to be the Cosmic Divide online, and the initiation through Recoil going to get stunned up and attacked.
Chasing down even the updraft with that Hunter Siri. Nice aim from Derek to be able to chase that down, and the aggression is more than enough to stunt the rifles of Winthrop yet again. Cosmic Divide to boot to split the rest of the board, and STG dares to walk into it.
Oh my. Oh my.
Oh, brother.
Oh boy. Dust off the textbooks, y'all. And I said that, meaning like, oh, M80, they've done their homework, they're doing their strats, you know, they're coming in practice, everything looks really clean, and yet still, it feels like Winthrop University, a lot of these fundamentals, a lot of these like strategies that you know some of these players, like how that util goes, it simply just doesn't seem like it's being accounted for. And so at this point, like for Winthrop University, I don't know whether or not it's just they need to like calm it down a little bit, you know, understand some of these more basic things, because it's really not super complicated from M80. They're doing a really good job of just playing off these little individual moments and are walking away with so much value every single round.
Yeah, Winthrop is the perfect team in challengers this split to be the team that on the on the occasional round would do something that you just would never consider someone would possibly ever think of doing in their lives. But if you do that every other round,
Oh, Fair.
That's a nice tunnel. I like that idea from Fair. That is fun in this, again, in this context where everyone else is so far away and you know you have the eco, you've got to find the weird cracks to just
Spike down A.
get a leg up on. I mean, 3v2, this is decent. Sim loses the chip war. Yeah, you can just spam now.
Spike planted.
Good chase down. Recoil can keep firing, finds the second. Bonnie's not here in time. Knives up, updraft, finds him off of orange, knows the pyramid Bonnie's swinging around. Cloudburst to thwart the first angle. Recoil sacrifices it, but Bonnie's found. He still wins the duel. It's the closest the Eagles have soared, but they still cannot reach the explosive heights of M80 here on Breeze.
Watching that round, it felt like you could see M80 recline in their chairs. Just like, yeah, we got this in the bag. And yeah, sure, you know, these rounds are definitely going in your favor, but don't let off a little bit too much, because Winthrop University, once again, the talent that they're bringing in here can allow for those individual opportunities where suddenly Recoil's finding a multi-kill and gets knives, making it a 1v1 opportunity. So M80 still need to do their due diligence if they want to close this map out.
Time to jump.
Early dimensional drift to force Sim off the first angle with this operator that he's gotten to buy up. I mean, on paper, this looks like a really good setup from WU, but they've let 2 go over to this B side. Sure, the gate crash is available, but it's down to Fair from this distance, and he's good for his first. Now turning the attention off of Recoil, who can find the next 2. And now balance has been restored. 6 is as far as M80 can get in a row for the second straight map, and WU are on the board.
Kind of a sick defensive hold coming through from Fair, and honestly, the Astra, we've seen a lot of the utility get utilized really to kind of, you know, bonk up the opponent, you know, stall them out with some smokes and stuff like that. But finally, we get to see Fair kind of frag out, and I believe Fair was on Blue Otter last year in Challengers, and honestly was doing a really good job at just being one of those fraggers that you had to account for.
Yep.
And that time around, we get treated to a little bit of Fair's mechanics, just looking absolutely sharp, and most importantly, making M80 split their attention, allowing for some of the other players from Winthrop to be able to circulate their way around and catch the members looking the wrong way to find those kills. A very solid first round for Winthrop University. If they want to make this one happen, they still have 2 ultimates, the Dimensional Drift, as well as that Cosmic Divide, and moves as well, 1 away from having the Viper's Pit online.
Sticking around, and Bonnie's already so far down, and moves can't properly counter. Now everyone's here.
What is he doing?
Yeah. I don't know, man.
Oh boy. Well, 3v5 on this retake. Fair, Sim, and Recoil still alive, but Bonnie, meanwhile, has been going hunting. And already Fair looking the wrong way, so Derek finds him.
Wow. Yeah, now, I mean, this is M80's definition of cutting loose in a game like this, where you just want to make sure everything is clean. Oh, Sim. I can't, you know, I can't get him too hard for that one. He's under pressure. But, I mean, yeah, that's a flawless from M80. Eco is back in the good book. Eagles are back to having their slump Eco reset, so this is kind of a dicey buy low-key.
Yeah.
You have 4 ults to work with, so you have a lot of conversations you can start here, which is why they will call that timeout.
And now, like, you know, we're feeling the wind just get sucked out of the room at Winthrop University. Almost like you can, if you went over there in person, you could probably feel the pressure difference.
Countdown scoreboard, dude. 6, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Yeah, wow. Hey, there you go. But it's just so difficult for them to be able to find anything. And really, like, you know, I talk about the discipline kind of coming through from M80 with how they were playing things so textbook. They're getting a bit loosey-goosey with it now. And Winthrop University looking as deflated as they are, that just allows for the more relaxed, have fun nature of this M80 gameplay to work out perfectly. And I think that last round showcased that perfectly, because you see them all, like, as soon as the spike goes down, M80 are like, let's go hunting, boys. And they all split up and kind of go on their own individual paths and are like, we'll see you in the next round. And they're still able to find all the kills necessary. Like they're just beaming with confidence and feel really relaxed. But this is a really good indication for M80 as they continue to advance in challengers, because this is a really big confidence booster that, yes, this team can pull a lot of these things together in order to make themselves look as good as they do right now.
This is the kind of encouragement that M80 need, kind of validation that could let them hit that ceiling that we all know they're capable of hitting. Still arguably not at it in this matchup, even in this game. You're seeing still a lot of those extra bits of attention not completely paid. Winthrop University finding moments to punish, to make them second guess. And Recoil has been one of those pioneers.
Okay.
Sim, post rift, 1v1, Bonnie turns to it. Lurker caught by moves, but that's your smoke, so you've got to work solely off of Alvin's clearing territorially.
Still moves, watching this. Sharp as ever.
Yeah.
He's able to get one.
Spike down B.
STG's position found out, and the rest of B's
30
cleared.
seconds left.
So you can leave Nest alone, turn it into a 3v3 retake. And there's the Hunter's Fury, though, onto the site. Chase down Alvin. How did that not hit him?
Spike planted.
Recoil, though, with this flank online, might be able to find a timing here onto Bonnie. So we can see Winthrop 3v3 on this retake.
Oh, now it's STG that gets backstabbed. Yeah, Bonnie can make such a quick trail out of this. Oh, look at this trigger discipline, bro. This is ridiculous. Come on, Bonnie. Farms value out of it, and still in the 1v1, he's got to do it all in order to keep M80's streak going, and he can. It's Recoil. Telling you, man, the duelists are going to put on the show today, and Recoil still not faltering. It's 2-7. Winthrop on the board again.
Even trying.
Both of the Jets that time around on the appropriate flanks for both of the teams, find both the kills that are like, all right, I see your game. Let's do this 1v1. And just at the very end there, because of the spike tap step around, Recoil's actually able to get the rifle right back in time and get that defuse there. So Winthrop University, they find that second as Recoil now has the blades online as well. But Bonnie going for the operator buy here. So an attacking op for M80, which makes this all the more deadlier. Don't forget, because Paint is also on that Yoru, there's opportunity, but Recoil misses all the blades.
Oh, Bonnie at 8 HP. What a gamble for Recoil that almost pays off, man. The chase down only thwarted by a couple of hops. But that does keep Bonnie back. The rest of the mid push has to make do with all of this empty space between them and the remainder of the team. And STG's Nest presence is yet again put a sock in that. Whew, don't let Recoil get an eye on you, bro. He's so hungry.
And honestly, lucky to escape alive. Given the smoke pressure there, and you saw the little trap M80 got set up. One of their members got spotted out, but the rest of them are moving through. Alvin, though, opening things up.
Sim's got to leave A spawn, bro. That's like the third round in a row he's died there in a 1v1. Unfortunate. That's a good plant by Fair. Shame that Derek checks it. Okay, if we're this keyed in, then M80 should go 10-2 again.
Why would you say that out loud? You just curse them? I don't know what to tell you.
I want the game to go on, man. I want you picked him, man. I'm trying to give you a shot here.
I know. Oh, the pit to
give it away.
confirm as well.
Yeah. And you have Hunter's Fury for next 2. You're 2 away from the CD. Like the dominoes are set, dude.
And it just comes down to the preparation, really, that M80 are going for. If you watch their last matches in VCL thus far, you know that M80 went up against a couple of titans, that being Energy Academy and Core. And I'm not saying they got, like, dummied, but it did not look good against some of the top contenders in the VCL. But right now, we're getting a taste of the squad that we wanted M80 to be, right? Like, they're playing well together. They've got all their things set up. They can go for their individual frags. This is kind of like what the organization wanted when they re-entered into the scene, bringing in all of these players that once again have a lot of experience, whether or not it is in this tier 2 format, being Bonnie, GMD, Paint, and Alvin, or even pulling Derek into the roster. But a lot of these just very fundamentals, discipline, drilling. It's so clear right now that it is making a world of difference, especially under some of these higher pressure scenarios, and especially given the ultimate cycling that we're seeing and just kind of smart plays off of what Winthrop University are doing.
Well, back to kind of convention after the beef pit is placed up. Fair in his classic spot, and it's checked, but not before it's fragged. Sim holding it back. Derek chasing down recoil in the meanwhile, so it is all on Sim to grab those frags, but with the extra altitude, he's able to nag a second one. Plant held. Oh, Derek swings it with the operator. Sim refrags again. Alvin in the 1v2 with moves on the way back. But Alvin can't reliably stick or swing. Has the orb, has the bite, has Sim begging to swing it.
I have the spike.
Plenty of
Another
time
tap.
too on the clock, 50 seconds left.
Flash out, retreat back, positions confirmed. But moves is here. 2v1 officially confirmed. Poison orb placed in response. Immediate fadeaway to try to get the early angle onto Sim, but he's already rotated. He's already on the front. He's already behind Alvin's back on the hold for the spike plant. That's a 4K from the Yoru, the kind of rise Winthrop needed from this duelist to get a shot on the board.
In the half.
And you talked about it yourself. The positioning that Sim was in, consistently getting picked out, consistently not finding the value that Winthrop University needed him to do. This time around, Sim stays alive, and what a world of difference. 4 kills just with that Guardian. Make sure to secure the round for Winthrop University, not heading to that 10-2 half like you predicted. I'm not saying you cursed it, but you might have had a little bit of something to do with that one. So Winthrop fans out there, myself included, thanks, Tenrek.
I aim to please. So what does M80 have to offer for this? Just the knives? GMD, yeah, no cosmic divide for you this round, buddy. Sim does decide to stick his nose into the problem early again, and this time finds the contact. No more TPs, though.
Very slow
They
from M80, but look at them. They're all grouping up right now. And so this means that they will be able to initiate onto this attack. Both the duelists, though, for Winthrop University, watching this chokehold here.
No, this time the poison's just refilling, no? You've gotten the intel off of that TP away. Now that Sim cycled it. And he's on the way right back to the B side again, almost no time lost. Oh, STG, he's been here a million times. He doesn't find the finisher, dude. That is so pivotal. Rest of this can turn to it, though. I mean, the whole stack is here. Sim good for 3 now. Like, night and day when he takes 10 steps back, dude. It's ridiculous. 8-4 half. Very respectable from Winthrop at the end of the day. They have a chance in this, but it'll have to come from the attack side.
Yeah, I'm not saying this one is not over yet, okay? 8-4, it's definitely comebackable. That's right, it is comebackable here for Winthrop University. After letting things kind of slip away, and yeah, STG not necessarily able to find the value necessary there, but most importantly gets all of the information. And that is pivotal to make sure that Winthrop University are ready to counter that as all of them swing their heads. They know exactly where all those players are going through, and then it's just simply shooting your shots. The great stuff from Winthrop to close out that half. Breathe a bit of fresh air back into that room. Ease up on that pressure just a little bit. M80 still ahead by 4 rounds. Winthrop now wants the attack. Let's see how they want to take this.
Went for the 1-1-3 to start. And it's fair. It's the 2 controllers by themselves with no setup for either of them individually. 4 ghosts.
Actually going to be a lot of pressure here onto mid. See the
Bonnie's
initiator
here.
moving alongside of Bonnie. Yeah. So this
Pain's
could be
made it
tough.
up. It's all down to timing. The minute mark's gonna hit. Recoil finds the early frag. They dash onward. Pain close to it, and Recoil turns to that as well. It's Derek in the back, and GMD on the front of it. Nips it all in the bud. Now come the 1 and the 1 on top of the 3. Alvin and Fair trading blows. And so it's down to Sim. Spike stranded back in the doors. And GMD with that setup angle knows how Sim would approach it better than anybody. 3 for the Astra, 9 for M80, another pistol on the board.
Yeah, M80 so consistent with their pistol rounds, and that time around, like, you could just tell as soon as they kind of get that little jump start from Winthrop University, Recoil kind of going sick with it in mid, finds a couple of kills, they just are like, can't go down from here, just walk in, and GMD just stands his ground and finds the rush in. Completely shuts that one down, but most importantly, stays alive in the midst of all of that, makes it so that Sim really has to second guess himself, while the rest of, M80, they're able to close that one out. And so, it's gonna be the buy up now for M80. GMD actually buying a Phantom here, in the midst of all of that one, and that last round kind of deserves it.
Another flasher from atop the nest doesn't find the same kind of instant connection, and so Sim with the refrag. Bonnie just gonna grab that Marshall back and go for round number 2 inside this elbow where there's members of WU still sitting, and even so, we just can't land those shots, can we? That tunnel's just eating bullets. And an early TP in, an attempt to try to collapse, but Alvin had no reason to move. And there's no real way of stopping him with these weapons in tow. Oh, unless you get ahead of it. Hey, fair! That guy just clears ground so quick, it's nuts.
Spike planted. One enemy remaining.
Rough.
Good round.
Yeah. Hey, you know, taking 3 on the way down there, very respectable stuff. The nest perch was like really bungled there by M80, allowed for WU to like cause a lot more chaos, get a little bit of extra space down the B archway, and then after that, Alvin's not prepared for Fair to just, again, do the least expectable thing, just walk through the smoke in the bite and just start taking a fight on you. So again, you know, occasionally you do find those moments where it does work. It's just you got to find the points in between, fill in the blank spaces, and that's what you got to ask WU to do going forward this map.
And actually, I think what happened was Pink got body blocked a little bit by Bonnie. It was not able to
really
escape. To be able to allow for that pressure, which that Marshall kept on missing, and honestly, it was a free kill, pretty much awarded to Winthrop University. So, a little bit of that too many cooks in the kitchen situation here. The fast flood in from Winthrop.
You're in the dash in from Recoil, but you can't stop it. He's cloud bursted in. You don't have an exact position on him, and now Sim can follow up immediately after. WU have such a good tempo for this opener on top of the toxic screen. Still the planet from GMD, and he's been here for millennia and still gets the opener. Even so, refragged instantly, and WU clear the distance. Good lord. Great third round from them. They get this done nice and quick.
Yeah, that one was just so precise. I mean, that time around, like all the gun battles working out their way, but sure, we talked a lot about Sim, but Recoil as well has just been doing a really good job at being that disruptive player on the site. As soon as they enter in onto the site, taking off these weird positions that honestly M80 are just simply not expecting. And sure, GMD goes hidden for a little bit, but immediately kind of gets punished out there, as I believe it was Strong Tall Guy who was able to secure that kill. Yeah. So a nice, clean, easy round for Winthrop University. Still a lot of this map left to go. They're down 5 rounds here. Bonnie going to be buying up this operator, while the rest of the squad will have pretty much a full buy, except for Derek, who only has those light shields.
Well, GMD yet again, first point of contact on A Pyramids here. Paint with the off angle this time, but from farther out, and GMD taking his way back. But Recoil again just makes it past the finish line so damn fast. He's already ahead of the rest of the entire fight, and he might be the only guy on WU to come up with a single frag here. Bonnie makes it back in time. The cavalry's arrived, but the operator moves, quickly shuts that down from a distance. Nice shots to turn this back to GMD, who still has held this position on the inside and swings over the moves. Nice flick. One more in tow on the Pyramids. Fair takes care of it. A 1v1 with a minute to go, and Alvin has made it back just in time to kill Fair.
Oh my goodness me.
And get M80 to 11.
GMD stepping up to the plate and doing exactly what you would expect this Smokes player to do. Honestly, favorite agent, probably the Omen. So good at kind of navigating that space there, being so tricky around the smokes. And this entire time, while Recoil was kind of going haywire in the back line, GMD just kind of hangs out and finds all the kills necessary to even things out and make it that winnable scenario. And of course, just at the end there, Alvin being the last one alive, you know Alvin's going to be good for those kills. GMD doing the most that round on that anchor to make sure M80 win it.
Just 2 to go, and M80 will have that even record going into the Swiss. Pop out is more close quarters on the screen here. Recoil gives himself
Again.
away, swings out, and GMD just follows it. Same position, same shtick, same connection, same value. Finally taken down, but so much time wasted. The rest of M80 already here, creeping up, and everybody finding their sight lines. Double Guardians. Getting that damage done. And there's more than enough util to flush out that last member.
Yeah.
Moves, has to make himself known, has to give himself away, has to acknowledge that scoreboard
Match point.
and how much of it there is to make up if WU has a chance of not being in sudden death next week.
Once again, GMD kind of using confusion on Winthrop University that time with presence alone. You see the aggressiveness that Winthrop want to push in onto that A site and how they approach it. It's so like cookie cutter, you know, we're going in there, we're taking over the space. And the fact that GMD stays alive and finds a couple of kills, immediately you see them take pause for just a second. And at that point, Bonnie, Derek, Alvin, all running in there to make sure to back up GMD and catch the members of Winthrop off guard. This is going to be it. It's an aggressive push forward. Recoil, though, finds Paint right off rip.
Oh my God, they're in so quick, dude. It's ridiculous. Recoil in Sim. Never lose faith in them. STG chases down the refrag from GMD, and the Cosmic Divide will show for the remaining members of WU onto this site. And even so, with minimal intel on that space itself, they got to play a little slow.
Spike planted.
Lets Bonnie get all the way back to T-spawn. And Alvin already checking out the door. A little bit of a disjointed retake, but don't have too much time, I suppose. Recon Bolt
Last player
does catch him, and Moob's quickly able to deal with that. Now it is nigh impossible. Bonnie, with the opener on the spike, has to turn on to Fair on the inside,
Yeah.
and Fair, slightest off angle is all he needs. WU will stay alive for at least another breath.
Yeah, the fact that they're able to get the spike down, rescue a couple of weapons, and then you just see the split up from M80 means that that was going to be a round that should be nice and easy from Winthrop. And yeah, you know, we're talking about the pace there. Hey, you know what wins us the round? If we just go even faster. Just immediately, the teleport going in off the Cosmic Divide, make sure that they kind of secure the round. It's crazy pacing from Winthrop University, but when you've got players like Fair, Sim, and Recoil, this is the way you want to play it. Now, M80, a little bit of a pickle here. Bonnie, gonna have to pop the knives. Only will have that pistol coming in. It's gonna be a swap up from Winthrop as take a look at the speed site, but it's all just a feint as the spike still is gonna be aggressing towards that A. And given the information right now that we get to see Alvin Boy kind of find, that should more or less confirm where these players are gonna end up.
All comes at once. Lurk out, and that's the go button. Feet in the water. Flash out, GMD connects. Beautiful sight from Paint set up, and GMD is just gonna continue!
Spike down A.
Sacre bleu! That's my IGL! And guys, I hate to say it, I don't think moves is enough.
No, how dare you take it back?
I'm sorry. Just a couple shutdowns, all you need. GMD, a body tossed for intel's sake, cornered and collected. One of the only decisive matches we've seen from M80 thus far, but it is decisively theirs, and that is good for the training arc they want to have going forward this split.